Yo, welcome back. Lethal Comedy Toured, starring myself and Jordan Policicchio, is going live January, 15th?
No, January 17th to 28th.
17th to 28th.
Oh my God, there's so many places
BC
we're going.
leg and Alberta. And then February, you got Ontario, you got the East Coast, we got everything. I hope the dates are up right now around me. Come check us out. Tickets at abbaswahab.com. All these dates, we are coming through. Let's go.
Hit it.
Let's go. And we're back. Yo, check it out real quick. You might hear some jackhammering that's happening beneath us right now. That's because, let's just say, there's been some flooding happening in the basement and things that are above my pay grade are happening. And there's sound.
Did
Just
you
FYI.
flood it?
No, apparently the main water line cracked and...
You never
next
want to
shit.
hear the main water.
Do you see that grave up front? They dug 6 feet deep.
Oh, I
Fucking
thought that was just them fixing Gunner's hole.
No. See that fucking hole right there, dog? They went in like mafia depth. Depth. It wasn't depth or depth. That was a little aneurysm right there for everybody.
Yeah, I'm
listening.
all right with that.
Appreciate y'all tuning in.
So the main friggin' pipe's right in the middle of the old... God, when they installed that, they're like, I hope nothing goes wrong here.
Yeah, I mean, this house is God knows how long, so...
You
Anyways.
only got 70, 80 years on those pipes.
I don't even know. I'm not in that plumbing game. I don't know. I would hope it's 100.
My brother's in engineering. Well, some
I
stuff
am
is...
too.
He's
But not in that one,
He's
though.
a practicing.
There we go.
Well, they say shit's like engineered typically 100 years, like bridges and shit.
Yeah.
But Montreal, because it's run by the mafia, they purposely were putting bad concrete in there.
Oh, yeah.
So we get a new crack at the job here, buddy.
Dude, everybody, London, the biggest, like, anybody who does concrete is mafia associated.
Yeah,
I don't know
can't.
what it is about concrete, but it is organized crime in solid form. But like London, Ontario, the big concrete people that pour it, they have the contracts for snow removal in the winter. And years ago, I heard that the guy would tell those his fucking plowers, like, be extra aggressive on sidewalks. They damage them in the winter,
extra aggressive.
and they freaking get the contracts in the summer, keeping everybody
Moving.
And then if you ask them about it, hey, we're just protecting jobs. We're making sure people are paid and making sure everyone's got money to feed their children. You're like, you're a criminal.
Dude, the mafia is cool, though. Like, what is it about it?
No, it is. If you look at it, as long as everybody gets a cut, do what you got to do. But you know how it goes. The cream rises to the top.
But, like, people like the mafia. You know, we know it's
Because
not...
movies, bro.
It's, yeah, fuck.
Fucking Godfather,
so
Sopranos,
attractive.
Heat. Heat? Yeah, Heat was one, right?
No, Heat's a cop movie starring Val Kilmer, Al Pacino,
Al
and
Pacino
Robert
and De Niro, but De Niro was mobster.
No, De Niro's just a guy.
Do not be attached to anything you're not willing to walk out on.
Yeah.
I don't know what that accent was, but...
That's the town, is it not?
No, that was Heat.
Oh.
Do not be attached to anything you're not willing to walk out in 30 seconds flat.
Which is such a good... That's actually not bad for life.
It's fucking terrible.
Well, that...
I'm not a traveling salesman. I'm not a fucking vagabond with like a stick with a tied up freaking picnic cloth on it and just freaking on the highway with my thumb up. That's not the life I'm trying to live.
Well, I mean, it's just a good philosophy. Like, don't have too much shit. Like, if the fire happens, I'm just grabbing the wife.
I love it. It's like, do not have anything that you're not willing to walk away from in 30 seconds. This guy's like, roger that. It's like, where do you live? I got a 1-year lease contract.
Yeah, I got a 1 year
What about
lease.
your car? I have a 4-year
I have a
lease.
4-year lease. I'm pretty committed to that.
At maximum. Like, that's a pretty good way to live.
We're cracking the main water pipe on that one.
Oh, I like that we addressed that there's a jackhammer and it never turned on again. It never even turned on. No one's ever heard it. We just look like nut jobs hitting opium in here hard.
Yeah, you feeling the opium?
I hope my face gets fixed soon, bro.
Yeah, what is this breakout you got here?
It's a
Sclerosis?
Type in periocular dermatitis.
Periocular dermatitis.
Around
Sounds
the eyes.
delicious.
It's got a long list. Yeah, click periocular dermatitis.
Eyelid dermatitis, also known as Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, they got it bad.
Yeah,
I keep
periodontal?
looking at these images just to feel a little bit better
A
about
little bit
my
better?
own shit. Yeah. That guy just is a fucking predator.
Isn't it sad when you just realize like,
guy looks like a meth
the youth was this bubble of perfect.
No, I got this shit bad in engineering school. It pretty much comes from stress.
Yeah.
For all the times it's come through my life, every couple of years I get it a little bit, and then I just go on a no stress campaign, and then it goes away.
What does that look like?
A no stress campaign?
Yeah, what is that for you?
I go, I don't need to be posting today. Like for me, it's like I get stressed from okay, I got a fucking funny video.
Too much thinking.
Fucking coworker, job interview, whatever the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I'm trying to do this new bit. How many sets can I hit tonight? Oh, posters got to be printed. Oh, my girl's saying I'm not this. I got to...
You need a video game, man. We've been telling you.
I need a video game?
Yeah, it's the perfect de-stressor.
But I'm not...
It's just something that
time
takes
in my
you
life,
out of your life, completely out of your life, and into this like whatever world you pick.
I know.
And just jump out when you're done.
Keep in mind, I've had many consoles, and they all have the same fate.
That is
a huge layer of dust on top of them.
It's likely. It is like
every
but you are
single
traveling.
time.
You are traveling.
Every single time I've had a console.
You grab a Switch.
But a Switch. Now that I've traveled with you and Jam Easy, you both bring Switches. And that shit's fun as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. And I fuck with like the Nintendo world of games.
Yes.
So I might get a Switch. We'll see.
I want that PS Portable. They literally have a PlayStation 5.
You mean a PSP?
No, it's a PlayStation Portable. It's literally like a 10-inch screen.
Just say PSP. Just say PSP.
But it's actually like a PS5.
Just say the new PSP.
But it's not. If you look at it, you're like, this is not a PSP.
Beam us up.
I had a PSP back in the day. You ever have that like the little discs they threw in the back there?
Oh, it felt like
nightmare.
This is the you're like no, it felt like the peak of gaming. There was no bigger screen on a smaller device before the PSP.
What I hated about it though was I wanted the full version. That right there, I wanted the full version of the game. Like I didn't want just like a down.
So how does this even work? So
that's pretty much a PS5.
So it's got a solid state hard drive, and then you just like transfer the game like a USB key type deal.
No, I think it's all cloud shit. But that's like
you stream it basically.
You stream it, yeah.
I hate that shit. So I need amazing internet to play this game.
No, like you'll probably be able to hard download stuff.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's always usually the case.
It better be, bro. I'm on flights and shit.
I just love the PS5 catalog right now. It's awesome.
This looks pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie, and it's got the full PS style controller
attached to it.
I like that.
Only problem, probably not the only problem. The Switch is very like you could take it down and like put it into something kind of nice. That's fixed as that.
But as an engineer, I have a core distrust for the Switch architecture. Just there's so many clipping and removing things. Have you ever seen a Bowflex type machine that's 10 years old? How much play there is in everything?
That's fucking strings coming out everywhere.
Everything's locked, but there's mad play. That's what I don't trust about the Switch. They're like, oh, this controller comes off and turn it to the side, and it divides in two itself.
And those little controllers that are like
looks like the Russian doll game.
Joy-Cons.
They are $100.
What the what?
The little Joy-Con controllers that are like the size of your hand.
Each side is 100, or the pair is 100?
The pair is 100, but that's a lot still.
But that's a one-time purchase.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, how many times have you bought it?
You just brought it up. It's constantly being taken out, put in. They're not perfect. They do.
Have you replaced it already?
I haven't replaced mine.
I'm thinking long term this is going to be a problem. I didn't think it's immediately a problem.
No, if you're a kid though, your family probably replaced that.
Or you're going to get fruit by the foot in the little thing and your fucking little Dunkaroo
little
piece.
by the foot.
You're done.
There is the Switch Lite, which is basically like this.
It's like a big Game Boy.
You got the mic up, brother?
Yeah, it's right here.
Oh, you could get a Switch Lite.
Show me that.
Shit.
Let's go. Switch.
Actually, right now, the mobile gaming space is like popping off.
It's the best?
Well, it's just like everyone's invested in giving you the power of a console in your hand because of Nintendo Switch.
Dude, bro, having loved the Game Boy Color, having had a Nintendo DS.
You just can't.
I think I got to have this thing.
You think you got to have it?
No, the most successful consoles in my life I've had, like where I got my money's worth out of them.
Nintendo-based?
The Game Boy Color, I played, all the freaking Pokemon Blue, Pokemon whatever the fuck. And then the DS, which had, what's it called, Metroid, or what is it?
Metroid Prime.
Did you
Metroid
actually
Prime,
play Blue, Pokemon Blue? I never played
I beat
Blue.
them all.
I
Not all
played
of them.
Yellow.
I played Yellow and Blue.
Yeah, no Blue for me. Only Yellow and then Silver, Gold.
Man, those games were awesome. You plug them in.
God.
They're like, walk to the left.
And you've
encountered a Pokemon.
So they basically remade, it's called Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu, which is a remake of Pokemon Yellow.
Yeah, but they're like 600 Pokemons now. They got too crazy with the Pokemon.
These are legit. It's a remake of Yellow, so it's like 150 in there. And you just go have a good time.
This thing is badass. This thing looks like Nintendo's version of a PSP. Let's be honest, though.
That's like the maximum Game Boy. You know,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
They could have called that Game Boy Max.
Or Turbo.
I'm gonna try and get into streaming. I've been gaming. Like I'm gonna. Yeah, I want to
What are you gonna
stream.
I used to stream a lot.
Just
back in the
anything.
day.
Ooh, what happened?
There's a Kick. There's this
I
app
had to go
called.
to work.
Yeah, that happens.
There's this app called Kick, and I thought this video was bullshit on TikTok. It's like if you stream for 4 hours a day, they pay you $16 an hour.
Yeah, but you have to have a certain amount of followers. You have to
No. For this, it's literally just Kick. It's like they have a new incentive. It's not going to last forever. They'll just straight up pay you to stream. So I was like, I'm playing these
$64 for 4 hours.
4 hours, but you have to commit to like 30 days for this trial.
If you do 2
$2,000.
hours, do you get 32? Or you got to do the
I
4?
think if you got to do 4.
That's insane. That's
But with,
like,
but
I
with
wouldn't.
gaming though,
who's doing that?
But with gaming, it's pretty easy.
No, you gotta
You
love the
think it's
game.
easy.
You gotta be a
Trust me,
gamer.
As an extreme,
It's
at
hard,
the start, it's easy.
Tell us, Dante.
right?
Tell us.
In the start,
when it's your
easy.
life, it's probably the worst.
Yeah, because like, okay, so when I was streaming, I was playing League of Legends, right? So
It's a good game to do long hours in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
true.
then you start to lose, you get tilted, and you're like, dang, I still have 2 more hours.
Then you gotta switch to Dota.
See, I would not play games like that. I would play like story games and like Skyrim or like the Ghost of Tsushima. I would just play that, stream
Yeah.
it.
How's that game, by the way? The Samurai one,
I
right?
just finished it.
I streamed that as well.
Sick.
You just finished it?
Yeah.
Is it great?
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
So, do you want to know the end?
Please, I'm not gonna be playing
Spoiler
this.
alert! Spoiler alert!
I don't have the console. I don't have nothing.
You'll never play this game, but
No,
basically,
I'm not gonna like play it to beat it. So
it's so good. So you start out, Mongols attack your island.
love it.
There's like 3 sections of it that are taken over.
Can't get enough.
You essentially like die on the beach,
Ooh,
but you
D-Day shit.
your fucking hand comes up and you're alive.
Okay.
So
So out of is it a lot of dead bodies and there's just
Tons.
one?
Tons of dead
Love
bodies.
it. Artistically, I see it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And it's all like samurai and shit.
Of course.
So your uncle, Lord Shimura,
Touched you.
no, of course, but
Naturally.
he got taken by Kotal Khan, which is like the main Khan in the story.
Yeah.
He's
He's like a con
presiding-
man?
No, a Khan is like a Mongol leader.
Oh, like he's
Genghis
scamming
Khan.
people?
Like Genghis Khan. Like
No,
Kotal
okay, yeah.
Khan is
A
Khan.
Khan. Yeah.
Khan. So
You gotta
Khan,
get that. Yeah, give me that Torah in there.
he is
Achan
controlling
Namachai.
all these armies. So he in the island, every major like clan has like what are they called? Basically like palaces, like these Japanese palaces. And he takes them over. He's like, I'm fucking living here now.
They're castles.
They're like
where the
castles.
Shogun lives.
They're pretty much
Type shit.
castles. He's like, I fucking own this shit. He takes Lord Shimura to that place,
Mm-hmm.
and he's like trying to barter with him because the Mongol leaders are very smart. They are brutes, but they're also like, if you can get your people to agree with what I'm doing, I won't kill them all. Get them to just follow
I'm
us.
gonna kill most. Absolutely.
Basically, but make our army bigger, essentially.
yeah.
And like placating
Consolidate.
to that and trying to get him to do it. The whole time, Jin Sakai, which is who you are, and he's like the ghost of Tsushima.
More like the goat of Tsushima.
No, they say the T in the game. They say it a lot. And
Non-Japanese.
in it, he's going, you're trying to take back all these territories. So as you go to take the territories, you realize you can't just fight like a samurai, which is straight up. I basically walk up to you. I'm like, we fight with honor.
Yeah.
I want to look at you. You can't like do anything sneaky. They don't like that.
Yeah.
And if
okay.
you do that, they basically try to denounce you. Even though the circumstances are fucked, he has to try and follow this path. So you don't. You start to learn like, oh, I developed a poison dart. I start to learn techniques of different fighters on the island, like sneaking around and assassinating people.
There's a point where they're like, this Mongol was stabbed in the back. Like, who would do
who would do
Oh,
something?
there's like
It's
an
crime.
investigation.
Yeah, like it's so funny because there's this undertone of it's disrespectful.
Of course, dishonorable.
It's dishonorable, but the nature of what's going on, like you need.
War itself.
You'll never beat the Mongols because they say like the samurai are so predictable. We know exactly what they're going to do because they fight
They're
with honor.
so on. Yeah, that's so dumb. I love how many deaths it took
Yeah.
for people to be like, "Hey, let's maybe hide behind the tree."
So a big-
no, I stand with like,
Literally.
just fucking arrow in the face.
A huge moment in the game is you take back Castle Shimura, but you disobey your uncle and make like a poison and put it in the shit of the Mongols so they all drink it.
Oh, okay. So they
Because
went far
he
from the
goes
road
deep.
of this
He goes
of
deep.
honor, huh?
So Shimura's like, I'm going to attack
Game of
tomorrow.
Thrones shit now.
I'm going to attack tomorrow. And Sakai's like, if you attack, they're ready. They're going to blow you all away. So the night of, he's like, I go fucking kill everybody.
Napoleon shit.
But something that like the story balance, him poisoning the shit for the Mongols, they figured out how to make the poison. So then they start trying to poison the whole island. So it's kind of like, it's playing on your consciousness of like, okay, he's right. You had to do it, but there is a element of wrongness. You end up killing the Khan at the end. And then there's the Shogun who commands all the samurai. He tells Shimura, you got to kill Jin Sakai. But what's fucked is Lord Shimura was trying to adopt me so that I become Shimura, and then I take over the house of Shimura and I basically lead all the samurai. So we fight and I win, but I don't kill him. You have an option, actually. You can kill him and walk away, or just leave him and let him live with it. And I just let him live with it.
And it gives you a discount on the next game?
No.
It gives you a promo code?
No, I said,
Thank you for giving honor and
fuck your samurai shit. Dude.
showing mercy. Feel free to
No mercy.
redeem 18% off next
I
game.
actually legitimately in my hands was
That's
like,
a long game, bro. And
Should
I like
I-
that you paid attention to everything, too.
oh, but you're in it though.
Bro, I played Metal Gear Solid 4, and those fucking movies they would play before you start playing, I would just be trying to click X on everything. My boys were like,
dude.
you gotta watch it, man.
That's the whole game.
That's why I can't. I'm just like, I just want to play X. Fucking go. Let me run up on people and
You're
hit 'em and
leaning
shit.
into the stress, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just hitting it. He's going, bloop, 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 bloop.
Fucking eye.
They're popping up.
Yeah, dude, man. But I let him live because I was like, no, let this dude live and he'll know I'm always out there.
Shit. I mean, he's not gonna. It's a game. You turn the console off.
Yeah, he doesn't know, but he might know.
But you might know.
He might know.
Did you beat the game, Dante?
Of course.
What consoles do you guys have?
I have a PS4.
And you have?
Switch.
PS5 and a Switch.
I don't think I've even seen a PS5.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, actually I have. It looks like an alien, right? Like a
it's-
mothership.
It's a good old time on there.
Yeah, it looks like some weird spaceship.
A little bit. It's big as shit.
It's huge.
What's the latest Xbox out?
It's
Series X.
Series X. It's very cool looking.
Yeah, I saw a guy at the airport with one. It looked like it had a bomb. Is it
Yeah.
like a cube?
It's just like a rectangle, basically.
Is it black?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're like asking him questions. and
Back
shit.
in the day when I was in,
fuck is
Checked
that?
his bag or
Someone's
something.
like, "Yo, that's the new Xbox." I'm like, "Oh shit,
yeah, everyone's on it. They're like, oh shit, this guy's gaming.
that's fucking."
When I was in high school, it was all Xbox.
Oh, buddy, Xbox and the 360. Those are blast.
Huge.
Yeah, that one. That's the Series X.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "What the fuck is this, bro?"
Halo 3, dude.
That looks like in the new Star Wars, the Death Star would be a rectangular prism, not a sphere.
Yeah, it would
because the
float.
sphere's been done. You know,
Spear's been done.
that's what it is.
Halo 3, when you realize, oh, I should throw these grenades off the ramp into the face of the guy and then BR
And they
him.
bounce.
Oh, God.
Oh, buddy. No, there was a
Couldn't
time
wait
where
for school to end.
and Call of Duty Modern Warfare when that came out. That's probably the most thing I clocked.
But that's one of the
Besides
most
that early
iconic fucking multiplayer
The
games
first
of all
Modern
time.
Warfare. Oh,
Kartov, that whole thing.
everyone had the M16 with the rocket
my
launcher.
God.
Noob tube, fucking noob tube.
Dude,
That was a great
You ever
game,
hear of a
man.
game called Destiny?
No.
Oh, man.
Is it first person shooter?
I went to the midnight release of that. Funny enough.
I basically
Back
gave
in
my
the
The
life
midnight
up.
is that just you in line at the mall?
At GameStop, yeah.
yeah. Is there who else? How long was the line?
Oh, it was
It
long,
was,
I
it
bet.
was pretty long. It
Yeah.
was a huge game when it was coming out.
Yeah?
I had like a shirt, a poster.
What was the average acne level? Like me or what?
Oh, back and chest. for
Peri
sure.
oral and ocular.
Perioral and ocular?
These weren't stress induced. This is diet based.
These Destiny, I basically gave up my life to that for like a year and a half.
Let's see. Pull up Destiny.
Oh, you won't even understand it what you're looking at by just looking at like a cover of it.
Should I do 2 or 1?
I played Destiny 2.
Destiny.
Or no, sorry,
2.
I played Destiny, and then Destiny 2 is the newest.
No, I
one.
get it. Yeah, you're in a field.
No, it's
Yeah.
the most. It was one of the most grindy games.
More so than Dark Souls.
Yeah, I
Really?
think I haven't played Dark Souls, but yeah, people are still grinding their asses off in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
this is more of like a. How do I put it? You have to like. It's like an RPG. Well, I guess. Dark
It's like a
Souls
giant
RPG.
world.
Giant world, but you have to like level up your gear. Then you have
Yeah.
to fight bosses, and then
And the meta changes, so the gear will change. You got to go back and level up old gear that you thought wasn't as good anymore, but it's good. Oh, this gun is good, but it's not good anymore. Like the new update changed all the guns.
yeah.
Like they're constantly doing that shit. That's how they keep you in. That's why some people, like for this game, for example, some people are like, this is the only game I play because it's a lot. There's
It's
new
fun.
expansions. It's a good time, but like after a while, for me personally, the grind got too much.
Yeah.
I don't want to
I can
feel
already
like I'm
tell.
living in a game.
Yeah, anytime it's just like there's just something about it that immediately like see that what I'm seeing right now is World of Warcraft. 10,000 hour commitment.
Basically.
That's what I see
Pretty
when I
much.
see a moon behind
Pretty
you
much,
and
yeah.
3 people like
That's actually a living AI.
okay, well there
Yeah,
you go.
living AI.
If you watched it or if you played it, you'd know, huh?
It's just, it was a
I'm not
good
gonna-
old time because there was elements of multiplayer that just weren't part of games yet, where you'd have to fight big bosses, but you could not do it without 4 people. So
Yeah.
the game would
okay.
not let you enter as just one person. You needed to like link up
And
with your buddies.
multiplayer, like real humans or like robots or
No,
AI?
real people. It could not. It would never be the computer. You had to wait for your boys to
Wow.
actually do the
That
level.
fucking sucks.
Like,
That
it's like
sucks.
a raid and
Dude, some of the
stuff like
raids
that.
in that game
Yeah.
took like hours.
Like, and what happens if you die?
You don't get the gear.
You don't get the
and,
gear.
and it's also for a chance to get the gear.
Yeah.
So you'd
And-
have to do the raid multiple times.
And the whole thing is about getting gear.
Yes.
Basically.
And gear is like your
can't-
outfit.
You couldn't just do the
Weapons.
raid. You couldn't just do the raid and be like, "Oh, I'm going to get the best gear." You could do the raid and get like some of the best gear, but like the really good shit, you'd have to go back and do it again, and then it increases your chances of getting a drop for some other good shit.
I get that. You're kind of describing like Nazi zombies right now, and like the freaking the gun box, like play. What is it called? The mystery box?
Nazi zombies on what was it?
Mystery
Modern
Box.
Warfare, the first one.
Not Modern Warfare.
at War.
World
World
at
at
War.
War.
That
That was probably like the peak of that type of game.
What?
I mean, that was the first
What
version.
about
Of
Black
it.
Ops?
Those were good too, but it's just
They got giant. The maps got giant.
They got
but
really
that
big.
first one,
That-
World at
oh,
War,
yeah, that one
was
was
such a
simple.
small
Yeah,
space,
yeah.
and you can go to high waves. And like
Yes.
it's just crazy when you make it to wave 20 something and you die.
For me,
you just gotta put the controller down because you're like,
Yes.
just spent an hour and a half
and I've achieved.
in one. Yeah, like you can't just be like, let's go again. You're like, I need a day.
Zombies was one of those games where in the middle of like wave 25 or whatever, you're like, why are we still going? Like,
Yeah,
I've already
just the highest
I've
number we
achieved.
can get.
See, I like the smaller map because a bigger map, so many variables.
I know, yeah, exactly.
That type of game for me, I don't need that many variables.
Have you played any of the new zombies like on like World War II?
I have not.
It's so crazy. Cause
Yeah?
They add because there's like a whole lore to it now, right? So
Yeah,
there's,
they
like-
really leaned into
there's,
like
a
the German
backstory.
experiment, right?
Yeah. So now in like the newer zombies, you have to go and do all these different.
Oh, so
missions.
that is the game now.
Yeah.
So
It's
is
a
it,
world, yeah.
It used to just be zombies was just a little feature on it.
Exactly.
And now the game is zombies.
Yeah.
But
Like, zombies is the main thing.
You cannot download Call of Duty unless you have at least 150 gigs of space on whatever you're trying to download it on.
Every Call of Duty is like giant now.
They're getting bigger and bigger every year.
that's why I don't play it.
That's literally like a lot of
And
people.
what how big is Destiny 2?
Like 50.
That's a big game
Really?
as well. That's a big game, but like
With AI Moon? It's 50?
Well, it's just there. It's just background. It's
Oh,
not really
okay.
doing
Well, you made it sound like
actually
this fucking
the
does something.
moon is a character. It's called the Traveler, and it's come to.
I don't want to know that.
It's very
I don't
Halo.
care to know
the
that.
reason
sir.
people fuck with Destiny so much is because it's Bungie, and
Yeah.
Bungie made all the original Halo games,
Oh, word. Okay.
and then they dropped Halo because they gave it to Studio 343. People weren't so crazy about that.
Fuck them. Anyways,
Fuck them.
what else is new?
Ohtani, I'm wearing them today. Hey,
He's gone. Actually, Ohtani, you said he's with the Dodgers. So what do you mean you're wearing them?
No, the Jays. I'm just wearing the Jays.
Flexing on them?
I'm kind of happy they didn't get him, honestly.
They were trying?
When I say kind of, I mean ecstatic.
Do you know what their bid for him was?
They said, okay, so Ohtani got
2 Raptors tickets.
yeah
Yeah, right.
a night with Drake at Piano
And a 2-bedroom in
Soto
Yorkville.
Soto with Drake. For
No,
all,
you
for all
got to
the
pay for your own
dogs.
parking spot. Though.
Yeah,
There's
no
parking
valet.
spots available.
Ohtani, the only reason personally in my heart why I think the Jays cared is because they just spent $350 million on this renovation. And they know that Ohtani will sell an insane amount of not only jerseys, but any merch that they come out with. If they do like a fucking Korean night or an Asian night, it's going to get crazy in there. He would represent not only Toronto, but Canada because there's so many Asian people here. that
Diversity, the
have
whole
no
thing.
like athlete or any.
Stop
like,
Asian hate. Yeah, remember Jeremy Lin
Dude, he would stop
That-
Asian
that
hate
2
one
weeks.
homer at a time.
Yeah, that 2 weeks of Linsanity, whatever it was called.
And Ohtani is arguably the greatest baseball player to have ever lived, short of the fact that he hasn't played out the games. But his ability on both pitching and batting is like he's the best at both positions.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
There's nothing like
He's
it out there.
huge too. He looks like a fucking lab experiment.
But I know he is fucking sick. And
So the
only
Jays
problem is he's like I
wanted
wish
him.
he was a little bit more showy.
Shohei.
He's like a robot.
you was a little bit
Oh!
more Shohei.
He's like robotic, you know.
Well, I mean,
He just
look
comes
at his
out and it's
background.
like when he hits, it's not like this fucking crazy sword swing you want to see that goes crazy. Like what's his name?
you want to see him handling a great
the one that
sword
did the
up
bat
there?
flip.
Oh, Jose.
Yeah, the way he hit was
Actually-
like that's what I want to see.
You know who your favorite
he
player would be?
He hit the ball swung and it's a home run somehow. It's like it didn't look like he swung that fast. The connection was just so.
Because-
It's like golf when you just swing really slow and connect perfect
Because he's
it goes so
swinging
far.
with honor.
Yeah, exactly. Right. He needs to stop that bullshit.
No, you know who your favorite player
This guy
would be,
needs
dude?
to play that fucking samurai game ASAP.
I bet he does.
He's gonna start poisoning pitchers and shit.
You would love Bryce Harper.
Oh, pull him up.
Bryce Harper's got like long hair. He's like the hottest guy in the team.
Why? I'm talking about the swing, bro.
No. Actually,
Show me Bryce.
as a part of baseball, looks, if you ever watch Moneyball, is a factor. Like this guy,
No, I've seen this guy play
He's-
too. He's got a strong beard.
he'll hit a single and celebrate, my guy.
Yeah,
He's like, let's go. Like he's jacked up. That's who you want Ohtani
he'll
to
hit a single hit. That's fucking hilarious.
be. Yeah, he's just getting
This guy's pretty
amped.
good?
Oh, he's really good. Yeah.
Okay, there you
He's
go.
been amazing his whole time.
How many years in the league?
I think he started when he was like 18 or 19, which is pretty hard in baseball.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking G.
Beast. What? So he's like 10 years in or some shit.
Something like that. He used to play for the Washington Nationals, and then they almost won. I think then they won a World Series like the year after he left,
Yeah.
which was crazy. Philly had a lot of cool runs like that last year. The year before last year was really good.
Yeah.
But
Love baseball.
back to the Jays in a second. Why I think personally they weren't even really serious about Ohtani. He just got Tommy John surgery, so he wasn't.
Did you call it Tommy John?
That's what it's called.
Is this an old player?
Yes.
That had it named after
It's
him?
like I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, you probably look it up. It's like a separation in your elbow right here.
Uh-huh.
And then they put it back together tighter. So
Uh-huh.
these guys will come back and be able to throw the baseball harder. So some guys,
Oh, so he had no issue.
no,
He's getting cyborg style fucking surgeries now.
Part of it is that, but you basically use this till it's dead and then you replace it. But the surgery makes you better than you were before.
But he had no problem.
He was having wear and tear. Like after a while, you're going to start to. This is just what happens to your arm.
The elbow?
You cannot. Like pitching is in a.
Yeah, you can tell. Like anytime I throw the ball as hard as I can,
Yeah,
my
you're
arm
fucked.
hurts.
Yeah, all the blood rushes to your hand.
Yeah, my arm hurts.
So it's literally like torquing this all the time, which
Yeah.
our bodies aren't meant to do that.
Yeah.
So this surgery makes not only you can play baseball, but you
Puts a
come
little
back
elastic
really strong.
in there and shit.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
So,
Brogan cell.
Verlander,
Be like this guy.
I forget his first name, but there's a pitcher, Verlander. He got this surgery kind of later in his career.
Yeah.
And then he's pitching out of his mind.
Like he's great now?
Great, yeah, because it helps you, extends your career a little bit. So he's got the surgery, so it takes a year to heal.
Okay.
So next year he's going to make $70 million or whatever for half of what he's being paid for, which is batting and pitching. But he's an amazing batter.
Wait.
He's
half
going to
of
do.
so he's only being paid to pitch?
Well, no, he's both positions.
I know.
So the $70 million, the reason it's so high is because he represents two players.
Gotcha. But I thought there was a lot of guys that had the 500 level for 10 years. Like
500 level, what do you mean?
500 million for 10 years. I think that's already been a number. No one's even been close to that.
No, Patrick Mahomes is the closest. It's 450 for 10.
No one's had. I keep remembering baseball having these giant 10-year contracts.
They had giant
I guess
10-year
maybe
contracts.
it was like 200 or 300.
Yeah.
It's never been a 700.
No, never like this. Because he's literally, if he didn't get hurt last year,
He's 2 stars.
he would have
in
won
one,
the
yeah.
MVP. He would have been the best hitter in the game. He would have been the best pitcher in the game.
That's insane. Never happened.
The Aaron Judge. So Aaron Judge, look at his contract. He got a huge payday because the year before he hit the most home runs in the American League history, sub anybody who had done steroids.
So
He got like $45 million a year. As soon as he got this $45 million, everyone was like, Ohtani is worth about double because he hits just as good.
Yeah.
But he also plays pitcher.
And he's the best pitcher.
He is the best pitcher.
That's kind of insane. Like, what
It's
the fuck?
insane.
Aaron Judge.
So we have a few athletes that have been able to dominate
That's
in multiple
crazy.
facets. Like Bo Jackson played both baseball and
Yep.
football. Deion Sanders also played both football and baseball.
Baseball, I understand you could play it, but the football one is like
Yeah, football's adding a whole mess of risk.
Yeah, to just add football and be able to compete. That's insane. Baseball, I get like if you came up with it and you're naturally gifted and you like do like swinging practice for a year, intensive type shit, then you can go and actually be very useful in a game. But
Yeah.
football, I feel like these people's bread and butter, and they're playing for their lives. So
Well,
it's
imagine
like-
playing football and then on the next night or the next night after you play Sunday, you got a Tuesday night baseball game.
Oh, was he doing both leagues at the same time?
Yeah.
How do they allow that?
It just worked out. Schedule.
They don't even let NBA players ski. How do they? They'd be like, "You don't ski. Can I play a whole other fucking professional
It
league?"
just
Oh
worked
yeah,
out.
go for it.
Deion Sanders almost won the World Series and I think a Super Bowl at the same.
That's insane. He played. He was on both. He was on two teams in the same seasons.
Yeah.
When do you?
A lot of these guys are multiple sport athletes.
I know, but
Patrick
I
Mahomes got
imagine you
signed
do
in
one. You
baseball.
do a couple years, and then you do your later years. Like Jordan didn't play baseball and basketball at the same time.
Couldn't hang,
He
bro.
went to Yeah, exactly. Because he's a pussy.
You ever watch?
I've been saying it since day
Do you know
one.
the documentary series 30 for 30?
Yeah.
Dude.
No, I don't. But I just
You
want
don't know
things
them?
to continue.
Oh my god!
Like 30 minutes for 30 people?
No, it's 30 stories and 30 directors, and they take all these really interesting sports stories and they tell you all about them. You should watch the 30 for 30 on Bo Jackson.
It's crazy.
He's amazing.
God damn. Is it 30 minutes?
No, they're like an hour.
Oh, that's kind of a buzzkill.
But back to the
I need-
no fuck
You know
you
what I
want dude you want this shit to be like 3 hours. You're like you just give me more of this information.
Okay.
Back
I
to
want
the
to be
Ohtani
30
thing.
hours.
Yeah, you watch them all, you'll get it. And you ever watch Untold on Netflix?
I've seen The Last Dance.
Oh God, I hate you. Okay, Ohtani. The other reason I didn't want the Jays to get him is partly like they don't deserve this, and I'll tell you why.
Bro, you just sour because you got fired. Let's
Of
talk
course.
about that.
But of
Of course, but also these points.
last year in the playoffs, they had Jose Barrios on the mound. Jose Barrios was taken from the Minnesota Twins. He's an amazing pitcher.
That's Mound God right there.
Mound God. He was amazing pitcher in Minnesota. We're playing Minnesota in the playoffs last year.
Uh-huh.
Barrios had struggled for like 2 years. They gave him a lot of money. And this is like a thing with the Jays. They always give people money and then they struggle, blah, blah, blah. Also, players have a hard time here because the taxation during some other thing, I think
Yeah, that'll give you a hard
it
time.
was like Donaldson and Jose Batista. Batista had to literally accept his shit on the level of excellence while he's in like a court battle embroiled with the Canadian tax system.
because he just wasn't paying CRA, said he owed
No,
money?
they had like they basically had exemption for you, and these guys took a mile from an inch.
Gotcha.
Mind
they just
you,
weren't paying mortgages
they just want
and shit either.
They're Americans. They want to
I
keep
was
more of
exempt.
their money.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So
because it's called being smart, bro.
Barrios is on the mound. He's playing the best baseball he's played in the last few years.
Yeah.
He's in Minnesota. He's played there. He's comfortable there. He's dominating. The manager, John Schneider, who is kind of like a puppet figure for the analytics of the Jays. The Jays like to pride themselves. They're copycats.
Okay.
The Jays want to be the Tampa Bay Rays.
I don't even know anything about the Tampa Bay Rays.
Tampa Bay Rays are a team in Florida who nobody gives a shit about. You can go and watch their games for so much, like so cheap because nobody goes. During a playoff game, they had like crazy low attendance.
Yeah.
Nobody goes. So what that means for the team is they're able to make crazy decisions because they don't have media like we do here.
I gotcha.
So if I traded a player on the Toronto team, like a high level player, people get upset and
Yeah.
it changes the business. Tampa, you can get rid of your number one guy tomorrow and they're going to be like,
No
oh,
one noticed.
Nobody noticed.
Yeah.
So because of that, they've been able to leverage detailed statistics that have made them a consistently playoff team. They're always competitive. They win a lot of games.
Tampa is.
Tampa.
Then how can't they get a following?
It's Florida, man. You're having a good time out there. You're fucking drinking. You're banging. Fuck it. What am I going to watch baseball for?
That's the worst. It's like the reason that comedians don't do comedy in the summer. That's Florida all year long for all their
long.
sports.
And
But-
it's indoors because it's too hot. So it's like they have to have a roof on it and shit.
Yeah.
So Toronto wants desperately to be this because, let's be honest, Toronto as a fucking city isn't creative.
No, not
And
at
there's
all.
not a lot of creative in business in Toronto.
No.
And what I mean by that is look around. It's all corporate
It's just
businesses.
commerce. It's just general
Boring
conventional
commerce.
shit,
If you
yeah.
watch a Leaf game, it's all just boring people watching the game because they're not creative. They don't realize like
Yeah, all the ads are like TD Bank.
Yeah. Like more money in your
Well,
pocket means
well,
what?
simple.
Like there's
Yeah.
got to be some balance.
Yeah.
So they took Barrios out of this game. He's playing amazing in because
This is Barrios is a Rays guy or a Jays guy?
he's playing for the Jays. Playing for the Jays, playing so good.
He's on the mound, best year.
Best. He's literally like if he just kept him on the mound, there's a good chance they win that game. Gives them a chance to win the series.
So middle of the game, they take him out.
It's just a strategy. Sometimes 4 innings. You're always doing righties versus lefties in baseball.
Gotcha.
And people get a little too obsessed with that shit. You also need to fucking factor in feel. Like, how's this guy look and feel? I can see with my eyes. I understand what the numbers say, but there's also like what I can see.
Yeah.
And
He's in the zone.
He was in the zone.
Yeah.
So Ross Atkins is the general manager, and they got their hands and everything.
I like that you pointed up. For the people that are listening to audio, he pointed up.
Put it up. Ross Atkins. And the Jays have a bunch of little like nerdy guys on the stats. They're playing ping pong all day. That's all the fuck they do.
Love it.
So they have this stat, like they got to take him out against a certain batter at a certain time with a certain amount of pitches. So they pulled him out. Long story boring. They lose the game. This is a decisive decision that they made.
Based on numbers.
Based on numbers. Everybody's saying it's based on numbers. They're saying, well, we blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then the other side is that's a fireable thing to do. If your manager does that because he was playing so good, any other sport, you probably would have fired the manager because the year previous, they fucking fell apart against the Seattle Mariners. They were up like 10-4. They lost 11-10. Dramatic. Coaches on the hot seat. Barrios comes out. Coaches on the hot seat again. But Ross Atkins says, well, I don't really blame John Snyder, which was his kind of way of saying we made that decision, but I can't tell you we made that decision because I also have a boss, so fuck all you guys with the questions. That's why they don't deserve Ohtani because they're just looking at stats and they're like, okay.
They can't use him. They can't.
They're not going to use him well. And
Gotcha.
it's just,
So the Dodgers, they play proper or what?
they play to win more. The
Yeah.
Jays think
like
they
they'll
play
make
to win.
decisions based off look and feel more.
I think they just get the game of baseball more. Whereas the Jays, it's a little bit too...
Like
hollow.
Moneyball.
It's too hollow.
It's like money, but they watch Moneyball and
Yeah.
like are just going off numbers.
And the other thing, with this premium...
Thank you for getting some distance away from the mic on that.
With this premium
Appreciate
concept,
that,
okay?
brother.
When I worked there, it was all about selling premium seats, okay? Now, fundamentally, I think that that's wrong. I don't think sports isn't premium. Sports is like a democratized entertainment where we all enjoy it. If you're Kevin Hart, you should not have a field level suite at the Philadelphia Eagles game. You should be in the game, and that's what makes it so amazing is because you could see fucking these people also watch the game. It makes us all human. Now these crazy idiots who have no creativity are just like, let's just put more expensive seats in there, charge more money. We make more, I'm dumb, and I can do more. No, it's going to fade. Look at the way the Maple Leafs are. Nobody likes to go to the games. It's all rich. It's all people, just steaks and this and that. I went to watch Montreal Canadiens play in the Bell Center. Not only do you see families and kids because they can afford to go, but they're down like 4-1. Guy gets a breakaway, and they're cheering like they're about to win the Stanley Cup. That's a really good energy. That's what you want to be.
Hockey energy is the best energy.
Can
but no,
be.
you're right, dude. When I went to the Jays, it shocked me. I'm out there. I'm one dude, and I'm just like looking at these menus, and it's like a hot dog and a drink is like $40. It's prices that you're like, yo, I would kill for airport pricing right now. I've never even seen prices like
Great
this.
Depression pricing.
I've never seen even like when you go to the Raptors, it's all kind of within reality a little bit. It's half of these prices, right?
Yeah.
So I was like,
it's
imagine being
nicer
five.
in there.
Imagine being a family of 5. Like this is a $300 or $400 thing for you. It's insane. I was like, what the fuck? In my mind, baseball was always just super cheap. You go for 3 hours. It's like a fucking $15 ticket.
It's meant
you
to
get a
be.
hot dog, a brewski.
A family thing. That's
yeah,
what it is.
yeah. No, they've taken it and bastardized it to the final level of just like
And-
bro, $34.99 for a hot dog meal, like a hot dog
With a beer.
like a beer, and like a fry. $34.99. What the fuck?
Because they've taken the concept of just go to the game and enjoy it, and they're like, well, we need to hit this target. Well, no, you don't. You're owned by a huge conglomerate. Most of these businesses are owned by people that made their money way before the team. Most of these teams don't make money. There's a few subset of them that do. The Yankees are one of them because they own all the rights to their TV shit. So that's a huge advantage.
No one has that.
No, it's unheard of.
That's some New York shit. That's shocking for like a New York team to have the best deal.
That's mob shit.
That's back in the day deals, you know?
No, but the reason that it's shocking is because of the New York mob. Like, if you want to do anything in gaming and entertainment or anything in New York, it's always such a hassle. You see people adding dates, like big dates. They get New York is added in the last. It's because all you can tell, it's always just difficult getting New York because I think there's so many hands that try to get into that freaking like that. That cauldron. Like the podcast, what's it called? We Might Be Drunk. Sam and Mark, they've got like their own alcohol now. It's called like.
Oh, you were saying it's really hard to get in there at the LCBO version of America because it's like mob shit.
Like the New York Alcohol Commission. They're literally on the podcast like, hey, if anyone here knows anything about the New York Alcohol Commission or like has anyone, please message us at Gmail. Like they're in stores in like every state. They can't get their shit. I think they just got it now. Alley Cat or whatever the fuck it's called. Bodega Cat. But I think it took them in New York. They're based out of New York. They live in New York. Locals. That was the hardest one for them to get it in, which is obviously like there's just so many fingers in the way, right?
That one makes sense a little bit more because liquor, like if you look at what we do in Ontario, like it's the LCBO is like one of the biggest businesses, man.
But it's the largest, government owned though.
It's the largest liquor distributor in the world.
But because it's got the whole province.
But I mean, we're not a massive province. You're just like, well, how is it so big? It's like fucking
because everyone else got private.
They're
like they let you just go private, you know? Like mom and pop can have a fucking wine and beer thing. No, LCBO's like, it is only us here to protect this province and make
it was just sad, man, because when I was there, you realize like no one's talking about your average fan. They just care about some guy in a suit who is fortunate to work at this place where he makes $200-300 grand. The business is worth $50 billion. They're trying to siphon. Basically, everyone's trying to take money off the top, and they're just picking who the top is. Oh, okay, your company does this. Well, let's get them in a suite because, I mean, and every business is like failing all the time.
Always.
You're always calling them. They're like, oh, it's tight. It's fucking tight. And the days when it weren't tight, they abuse the fuck out of it. Like, oh, back in the day.
That's why we're here, right?
Literally.
That's why we're here. We had a box at the fucking Rogers Center for 3 decades. And we're just realizing the bottom line cannot afford that.
I met a guy, I won't say his name. But I met a guy in comedy at the Second City when they used to do the courses. I think they still do them.
Let's call him Michael Stevens.
Let's call him Michael Stevens.
That's his name.
I took a course. I was like, I want to be a comedian. And I was like, I don't know how to do that at all other than just make
They're like, can you talk nonstop about the Blue Jays? They're like, this guy's going places.
This guy's going in. Actually, Evan Carter was the teacher of the... Do you know him?
Evan Carter?
He does Absolute a lot.
Oh.
It's actually very cool because I will do shows with him now at the place. And I'm like, oh, this is so full circle. Because they would ask people in the class. They're like, who of you is actually going to be a comedian? Because a lot of people are just in these Second City classes.
I took Second City, the improv stuff.
But a lot of people are in that. Like if you have 10 people in the class, 3 of them are maybe obsessed with improv and want to be that. The other are like, my job told me I should do this.
Yeah, no, all of them. When I did improv... Yeah. I was the only one, and it shocked me. I was like, my agent was like, you got to get Second City on your resume. That's the only reason I did it. He goes, you got to do A, B, C, D, like all these levels. And I was like, oh, okay, sick. There's going to be other like actors and comedians. Everyone there, half of the people were in management, and they wanted something just like funky, something different to like kind of help propel their corporate career.
And you saw
like, Maggie did a Second City Improv course, so she's gonna be moved up to VP of Funness or whatever the fuck, you know.
She's gonna plan all our events. She did
director
the
of Recreation. And I'm gonna yes and that, like fuck off.
No, you like that. You could not have nailed it on the head more.
Yeah, it's all of them. I was in there like, oh my god, I thought I was gonna be like with all these artists.
It's actually nice because when you meet
corporate people,
it was exclusively corporate. Like I have contact with anyone I met in 4 courses.
Yeah. But when you meet them though, you see like the makings of what makes you what you are because they have parts of it. Like they have parts of like that comedic timing. They just don't have the full commitment to it. So I met a guy who's like, I'm a sales guy and I'm always doing speeches. And he had like jokes in between everything he was saying. I'm like, I could see how if you didn't get into sales, you would have maybe got over here.
Dude, yesterday I did a Continental. Dude, this is so annoying. I hate when they do this. We get extorted so much.
Who's
fucking
we?
Comedians.
Oh, it was like black people? I'm out again.
Yeah, exactly. yeah, that one. Okay, that one. Yeah, that one. I'm in on that one. I show up, Jamie's is like, you want to do fucking 10 minutes for whatever? Like, oh, he goes, you want to do 10 minutes for $20? Come to Canvas. I'm like, yeah, sure. Like, I don't have a spot. Let's do it. I show up to Canvas, Art Bar. The owner rented it out to Continental and Bridgestone for their Christmas party. and it's like full of all these executives, like 50 people getting drinks. And they just set us up in the corner to do the show. And you're like, oh my God, we're just getting extorted, right? God knows what they charge these people, right? But I'm like, okay, whatever. At least I'm fucking getting some stage time. I get up. These people are rowdy, man. I'm freaking like hitting them with stuff. Some jokes are hitting, but some of my main shit bombing hard. Bombing. Like I ended up running like 2 minutes because I was trying to close on something that worked. But like right before I finished, at one point, I'm just like, they're Continental. I'm like, fuck Michelin. Everyone's like,
What's Michelin?
like a competitor. They're a tire company.
Oh,
Continental
I thought
Tires.
you meant. I thought it was hotels for some reason.
No, Continental Bridgestone.
Yeah.
The tire people.
You just had that in
I
your
was
back pocket
literally
the whole
no.
time.
I was just bombing. I was just bombing.
I was just dying.
I was just gonna be like, fuck Michelin. Like that's all. Just a little pandering.
I like Continental
them-
tires actually.
Oh, they make a solid tire. Thanks for coming out, guys. No, but Bridgestone, once you get to the proper tire people, they all make solid tires. Bridgestone.
Well,
Michelin,
you better.
Like I'm talking about like Nexum, all these shit tires.
Yeah.
It's like they all have so many, like they all have such a fucking catalog of tires. Every main player has an amazing tire, right? But if I had to choose one, I would probably just end up going Michelin, to be honest.
After that Continental.
The Pilot Super Sport.
Actually, I mean,
No, all things considered, with my past, bro, Michelin makes that. Michelin and Toyos. And
I also
Pirelli.
appreciate they have a taste for fine food.
Ooh, yeah, Continental, Michelin,
No,
and,
Michelin.
and the stars,
Yeah,
the star
yeah.
system.
Star
I want it to be like Continental. Yo, you guys are the best breakfast.
Hey!
Whoa.
But this guy, just what we're talking about is when back in the day shit's good. When I was at Second City, I met a guy who had worked at BlackBerry when they were the height of
Oh, yeah.
BlackBerry.
Oh, yeah.
And the stories he told me, I was like, of course the company failed, dude. He's like, I would get private jets from Toronto to New York anytime I wanted. Everything was on the company. He was like mandated to take out people and just spend a ton of money on them. He's like, it's like the best time of my life. He just spend months in New York.
No, man. Was he teaching at Second City Improv?
No, he was just trying to do it because he was chasing that old flame of like, I think I'm a comedian. My friends will tell me I'm funny. And then at the end of this Second City thing, you get a showcase.
Yeah.
And he had brought in a bunch of people and like, yeah, just the jokes are like 45-year-old Jewish guy who's
Yeah,
been
yeah,
married and rich before. Like
Yeah.
these are what he's joking about.
Yeah.
And he kind of was just always dipping his toe in. But I'm like, dude, no wonder the company failed. You guys are like private jets.
Yeah.
To New
They're
York?
balling. They're like the top of the world because I don't remember if BlackBerry Pearl, BlackBerry Storm. You had to have these
had
phones.
it.
There was no other phone.
Dude,
it was like
I needed
Apple
Brick
right
Breaker
now.
and BBM.
Yeah, like Apple right now, they could justify taking private flights all day. They probably don't because they're very careful, like business
Yeah.
structure.
Yeah,
but
they're
they
smart.
could absolutely.
If
Just
you
be
told me that, what's his name? The guy who's the head,
God, I wish I was there though at that time.
the
though.
CEO of Apple right now,
Tim
Tim Cook.
Steve?
If you told me that he was secretly like Korean the whole time, I'm like, yeah.
I believe that something off about him, right?
Well, no,
Something
he's just
different.
they're just so organized over there.
But
Americans
Tim
aren't
Cook, put him
traditionally
up, Tim Cook. He does look like an undercover Asian in like a white guy's
an
body.
undercover Asian.
Look at him.
dude. That would be a good movie.
Right? Does he not? Undercover
He's
Asian.
got a something.
Tim Cook. Look at that
Look
Adam's
at that
apple.
Thanos chin. He's
Look
got.
at that Adam's apple. Oh my God. They put a plum in this homie's mid plum swallow there.
God damn, is that cancer?
Woo!
That's a big apple.
Tim Cook.
No pun
Tim
intended.
Cook makes 41 million for what? 41 minute. Wait, go to that one
Oh,
to the
he
left of
makes. It doesn't even make
Oh, yeah,
sense.
he's gonna- $41 per minute from biggest stock sales in 2 years. Makes 41 million, I'm assuming. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're fucking trillionaire, whatever the fuck. It's all nothing. Anyways, Godzilla Minus One.
Oh my god, I can't believe we haven't even talked about that yet.
Save the best for last. Best
Damn.
Godzilla movie out there. Dun, dun,
So do you know why
dun.
it's called Minus
Can
One?
you type in Godzilla Minus One soundtrack on YouTube?
Do you know why
I
it's
don't
called?
know.
Listened
I
to
don't.
it. I already listened to it.
Just
Pull it up. Just give me a little.
It's
little
called
snippet.
Minus One. Well, do you know what Godzilla represents?
Uh,
The nuclear bombs dropped on Hiroshima.
really?
Correct.
That's,
That's
why
why-
it comes right after Second World War.
Yeah, and that's why he literally, when he fires that shit out of his mouth, it's nuclear.
Oh,
Like that
Oh, that's
blast-
why that blast always looks like
Yeah,
mushroom cloud.
Correct.
Looks like a nuke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a better nuke
He's
than
a nuke.
Oppenheimer.
Oh
He's
man,
a-
how
Dude, I want to go back and watch. Like, I literally want to see this again.
Saw it twice.
Yeah,
Yes, you did.
I might
Dante.
actually go see it again. Yeah.
No, like it's.
You better see it because they're taking it out of theaters end of this week.
Why? How long has it been in theaters?
It's a Japanese movie. It was a
Japanese thing.
small release.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's
so
so-
much better. It's the best Godzilla I've seen, without a ever, without a doubt.
No, it's
The whole thing they do. It's very anime like. That's anytime they do this, and it's Japanese. They can't avoid it. But like the whole thing of like exploding the fucking. The bombs and like the cutesy scientist who's like, I'm very cutesy and I know so much.
I love the yelling, dude. When somebody's trying to make a point, they're like, "Oh,
and the stupid youngin that's always ready to run into war. I'm ready to go. Like it's all of them were such tropes.
oh, it was perfect."
Oh, they nailed it, man.
So it's called -1.
wait, press
because
play. Let me just hear this a little bit.
after the war. Oh damn!
Can I turn this up?
Even that logo's good. It sounds like a Wu-Tang song.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, literally. You're just like in a fucking phantom.
Okay, all right, that's enough.
So it's Godzilla -1 because after the war they were like flattened from a military
Decimated.
perspective,
Uh-huh.
and then this takes them down again. So it's -1.
God,
It's like Japan -1.
God
Yeah.
damn.
They're at
Godzilla,
zero,
minus.
and then they got attacked by Godzilla.
Yes.
That's
So
crazy.
it's to me, it's almost like my girl was saying this a lot too. She's like, it's like a good war movie
It's
because
the best movie ever. It's the best.
Best movie of the year.
oh yeah,
Bro, that's the best movie I've seen since fucking Top Gun Maverick. Which by the way, I watched the day after I watched Godzilla -1. I just needed to see a
Again, the
terrific.
quality.
This from like a humanity standpoint, this was a better movie.
but
Right.
in Top Gun, there's one scene that did not need to exist. It's that sex scene. That's the only time that whole arc of him and
The
the girl.
beach doesn't either, but they just do that because the first Top Gun.
Like they could have just went straight for the goods the whole time,
Yeah.
and it would have been as good as this.
But you know what they do though? That's like movie equations. Like they film it all,
Yeah.
and they're like, there has to be a certain level. Tom Cruise has to be implied that he's fucking bitches.
Yeah.
It must be
Yes.
implied that Tom Cruise is beating the pussy.
Or else
Otherwise, the whole
Scientology.
charade falls apart.
Scientology will fall apart.
The whole mirage of Tom Cruise's like career.
He is 6'5". He fucks bitches.
He is an alpha male.
Tom
Do
Cruise.
not fucking. He's the top man, maverick. Fucking stand down.
Don't you look at those apple boxes he's standing on?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Even like when he tells the guy, Goose's son, whatever his name, Rooster. He tells him like, "Don't think," and then he comes to save him. He goes, "What were you thinking?" He goes, "You told me not to." But when they go back and forth at when the camera's behind Tom Cruise, it's like the camera's right here, and he's looking at Rooster eye level. And when the camera's behind Rooster, Rooster's looking at Tom Cruise eye level. I was like, bro, Tom Cruise I was on a 2 or 3 step stepping ladder right now.
100%.
And not on the first step. He's on the second or the third step right now, dude.
Dude, that scene
He's
with
not that tall.
That scene with Val Kilmer in there, that was just like them respecting him as an actor.
I like that though.
That was nice.
Because you can't just go, ooh. You need moments of like setting the tone and the context.
But-
I like the back and forth text he has with as if Val like ice responds so quick. He's like, I can't teach these guys. Give him what you got. Like just the text, like he's responding real quick.
But Godzilla didn't have any of that. It was like
That was just pure
to the point.
Pure samurai,
Love
clean
it.
in and out.
Even
No
the
wasted
scenes,
no
even the
nothing.
scenes where they're talking about like why didn't you marry her or whatever,
I love that.
and like giving it was just like they gave you just enough of this guy's life and
Mm-hmm.
pain.
And it made me think like, because I didn't understand the context of when he arrives. They're like, your plane is fine. He's like, what are you suggesting,
yes,
right?
yes.
And it made me think all these, because you know how the Japanese are, we're talking about like super honorable.
Yeah.
All the
Kamikaze.
people that were like, fuck flying, like at the end of the war that were ordered to kill themselves on a losing side, like it's over.
Yeah.
All those people that just went and landed somewhere, man. You know, they can't even go back home because they know they were a kamikaze pilot.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
If you're not, you betrayed this country. Like, yo, we lost, man. It was over.
They were literally
We're down 20. Like, come on.
Yeah.
let's
like-
go.
But I like when he goes, live. I'm like, sick. All right.
Well,
Let it
even
go.
when he's got his kind of chance to redeem himself against Godzilla. Obviously, he was going to die if he starts firing on him, but he didn't even do that. So he's like still.
He's ready. He's ready to like.
They really built the arc of like this guy needs to redeem himself.
Yes, exactly.
And it's the payoff of him redeeming himself is gonna mean something.
Yeah, like you're supposed to die. You betrayed Japan. But yeah, it was all fucking awesome, man. And
It would have been
that
nice.
Airplane mechanic was my favorite part.
It was good.
I love that shit. Like the genius. We must bring the genius mechanic. We can bring anyone. No, it's got to be him.
Had to be this guy.
And he comes in and he goes, "They actually built it.
Yeah,
I heard
son of a
rumors.
bitches,
The
they
rear
did it."
wing beast." I'm like, "Yo, he's gonna fix it.
I know.
What a beast!"
He
And
actually
his leg is
decided.
fucked, and he'll still fix it, bro. What a
And then he
beast.
just had those like 2 guys helping him too.
Yeah. Oh, and they're just smoking cigarettes, man.
I even wouldn't have minded if, because when they show you, and spoiler, at the end, when he flies the plane into Godzilla's mouth, I wouldn't have even minded if he died there too, because that would have been a nice tie-in too. But the fact that they let him live.
Well, spoiler alert, but
said that, yeah.
did he say that?
Yes.
Yeah, but I knew he was because he kept pointing and
yes.
alluding to it. But I was like,
But you could have had it
but
either way.
the chick, spoiler alert, the chick being alive fucked me up though. I was like, that doesn't even make sense. That's just for the sake of a happy ending.
yes.
Yeah.
But like a fucking 10,000 degree heat wave, she hit her.
Her
She should
body when it went, like she literally got lifted in the air like a tornado, and then just
be with cinder blocks around her, right? They're like, oh, it was just she just fucked up her elbow. She got the Tom Hanks
Dude,
fucking
and
elbow.
That like door when it slides open and you see her like fucking skin is so white, and it's like, oh, is she in heaven? Just the joy. Oh, when they had to tell the little girl that the mom's gone, and she just like for a second, like everyone was so legit.
She's like, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, that.
She starts crying.
Yeah, man. I love that. And then, you know what I love? It's like he had that loud ass old motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
And he sneaks out of the room. He's like, and he leaves the thing. I just around him like, just louder than fuck, man. But what a great movie, man. I expected nothing. The only thing I knew, I didn't even see a trailer. All I knew.
Me neither.
You're so lucky.
Until you said Godzilla -1, I heard nothing of it. And then I go and Luke Lawrence out there in Newfoundland goes, "Yo, we're going to see Godzilla -1 tonight." I'm like, "Yo, I'm fucking down."
Yeah.
And wow,
It was
I
very war film. Like when Godzilla attacks the ship and it shows you all the Japanese guys, the army like on the boat, and they're like fucking tipping over. Like that's like an old school war movie.
Oh, you know what my favorite was? When it was like when the main guy got up when they're having the like all hands on deck secret meeting, and the main guy got up and started walking away, and he was like, "What's the main guy's name again?" Shoya or something like that. They're like, "Shoya, come back." It's just like a guy. He's just a guy, and he's walking away. There's high-ranking military members.
Yeah.
Like, please, like,
Please, no.
He's just turning. Will it kill Godzilla? It might. And he stands up, and it's like, "Shoya, please come back." It's just one guy, and the fucking like admiral commander is next to him, like, "Bring that random guy back."
Dude, even their plan to kill Godzilla, like how is that movie 2 hours? And
Nail. I know the fact that they made it 2 hours 4 minutes.
Like, come
it
on.
goes to show nobody needs to be making a fucking 3 hour movie.
correct.
And the moment where
Shikishima.
they're ready to do their plan, and you just see
Sumiko.
the naval defender ship flying in the air,
Sasuke.
and you're like, "Oh, fuck."
That's game over.
Yeah, fuck.
When
I
is
actually want to see it just for that scene where they're like, "We have this. We are strong. We will win." Oh, fuck.
that little henchman guy, they're like, you can't come or whatever, you're too young. And
You
then he
knew he would come back.
Of course.
It's literally exactly like
Yes.
what's his name in Top Gun, the side guy, the cocky guy. He's like, "Up,
shoots down that plane.
shoot it down."
Yeah. No, it was great. And like the atomic breath, it seemed like so OP. It's like, damn, every time we used it, it was like,
Oh,
I had
dude, yeah, the
biggest
blue
smile on
thing.
my face.
God.
Man, the like anonymous Godzilla tips, like they were just figuring it out on the fly. Like, wait, it takes him a second to recharge.
Yeah, right.
Like, they're just figuring it out, like,
he's
on
like,
the go.
"It must take him." He's like, he's never tried to do it twice in
Yeah,
a row
yeah,
in
yeah,
front
yeah.
of you. What do you
Never
mean?
once.
Yeah.
Or
That's just anime logic. I'm telling
dude,
you,
the
I love it.
The bringing it to the bottom, and that whole thing was sick too. They're like, we
yeah,
only have so
we'll
much
bring it right
depth.
back up.
It did fuck
Yeah.
all of that thing.
Yeah, the whole it fucked them up a little bit.
Kind of
but-
pissed him off.
Yeah. But to be honest with you, the way that the explosive in the plane ended up killing him was like, that's kind of weird that killed him.
No, but because remember,
But then at the end,
Yeah, he's not
dead.
He's not dead.
Oh, when he hits him and you just see it like
he's like,
high speed regeneration, you're like, oh,
that
fuck.
that mine shit was sick.
yeah.
Blew up his face.
Yeah, and then it just like
Then his eye like rolls back into place, and then he's like,
And just the rapidness of it on some like King
Wolverine
Piccolo shit. Yeah. I was like, oh, you guys are done. And the fisherman, the main fisherman, is sick as fuck.
Yeah, they were all good.
Bro, it's like a perfect movie.
Yeah.
God, I might just watch that again tonight.
Oh God.
You know?
I'd see it a third time. Like I'd go and watch it again.
Because it's 2 hours.
Nail.
They couldn't even get through Flowers of the Killer Flowers.
Did you watch Flowers that Killer Moon?
I killed some moon with it.
Yeah, it killed my life, bro.
It was a long movie. You're
Dude.
just like, damn.
I'm like, this is good, but I was afraid to look at my phone the entire time because I was like, I'm going to realize I'm only an hour and a half into this 3 hour and 40-minute movie.
I know what you mean by that.
And I'm so afraid. At like the 3 hour and 10-minute mark, I broke. I was like, oh, 30 minutes left. Like, it was solid, but I was just like, I don't want to be in a theater this long ever. I don't ever in my life again want to be in a theater more than 3 hours and 40 minutes. 3 hours, like 50 something with fucking previews. That's too long.
Well, there's a way, like Saltburn did this really well.
I could have made $64 from Kit or Kite or whatever the fuck in that time.
Saltburn did this really well. It's like a decision that you make. It's like, how much of this detail do you need versus just like you piece it together, you know? And Scorsese's like, I'm giving you all
Everything.
the detail.
Yeah.
Every conversation that you need. It's like an RPG game that's got 200 hours of storytelling.
Yeah. It's like, that's the shit you guys like. Metal Gear Solid, where everyone's like, they're making eggs. Did you ever play Metal Gear Solid 4?
No.
They're making the eggs and shit.
Once you're doing that shit in a game, that'll fucking make me go crazy. I'm like, I'm making eggs in this? I gotta leave this shit.
I wouldn't even let you skip
Who
those.
designed this? We're like, oh yeah, okay, egg division. Make sure he can do scrambled, sunny side up, hard boiled. That's it.
Yo, go back and watch. You guys should go watch Crimson Tide.
Crimson Tide.
Let's talk about that shit.
I watch it once a month.
Yeah, what a fucking movie, man. I like these war movies.
He
now.
got that.
I'm so into that. Wait, I don't get it.
I watch it once a month.
Because you're
my girl.
Period. The whole episode stops on that, as it should.
Next time.
Ew.
Crimson Tide. Okay, I'll watch Crimson Tide if you watch the movie The Rock.
I've seen The Rock with Sean Connery. That's one of my favorite movies. They have to break out Alcatraz. Yeah. Oh, I love that movie.
Okay, have you seen Face Off?
Pull it up.
That's what
Nicolas Cage and John Travolta.
Oh, never mind.
Pull it up.
Pull it up.
I might actually go and try to watch Lethal Weapon, to be honest.
Oh,
Did you watch 2 yet?
No, I haven't finished 1.
No.
Yeah, Face Off.
Face Off. I might have seen this. This is a solid movie.
Yeah, it's just a classic.
Do you see the trailer for that new Nicolas Cage movie?
Dream Scenario.
Yeah.
I've been telling you about this. I
Oh,
saw
yeah?
it in Montreal. God damn it.
Wait, it's already out?
I saw it in Montreal. It was like a small batch release or whatever, but now it's going into more theaters.
Yeah, like I thought it wasn't even out. Is it good?
Watch it. It's good.
Okay, I'm not watching it. Sick.
I
wait on that first reaction when I ask someone, is it good? That deep, that breath they take. That,
how much does an ending of a movie mean to you?
A solid amount.
Because I'm the same way.
Depends on the movie.
I'm the same way. I really enjoy.
Wait, so you don't care if the ending sucked?
Did you watch
the ending
Killer?
was unsatisfying?
Did you watch Killer?
Of the Flower Moon?
No, Killer of the just on Netflix.
Just killing?
What's his name?
Is that the one that killed Nazi zombies or Nazis?
No, he's literally like an assassin.
Yeah.
The actor. I can't think of the actor.
Michael Fassbender?
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, I like that. The ending sucked though.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
that movie was one of the only movies for me I didn't need a crazy ending.
So that is a good example of a movie I generally enjoyed with a shitty ending. I'd like to avoid that if possible. I'd like it to wrap up nice.
Dream Scenario just kind of stops.
Gotcha. They just stop trying. But like the
It
first bit gets you in?
The movie just ends.
Gotcha. Oh, like Sopranos.
It's worth it. I wouldn't go to the theater to watch it, but it's good.
Okay.
I went to the theaters to watch it, but I wouldn't recommend somebody doing that.
I'm going to theaters tonight to watch it. I'm actually going to watch some Japanese movie called Monster. Type that in, actually.
Monster?
Yeah,
Where
my
at?
girl got me TIFF, actually. Type in
Oh,
Monster.
You know it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's some Japanese thing. So I'm like, I'm already in, especially with fucking Godzilla.
Yeah, you got primed.
Monster.
You got primed and ready with
TIFF.
Godzilla.
Just type in TIFF.
Godzilla.
Yeah, Monster. There we go. What is
Monster.
this? Monster. Yeah,
Wow,
go
that's
under it.
so many reviews for Bell Tiff like that.
Yeah. Well, it's 'cause
Customer
they get
base
the shit.
reviews.
Monster. Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay. I thought it was Korean, but then it said Hirokazu. I'm like, that's acclaimed Japanese. This returns to his homeland with a powerful yet darker story of love, and humanity. Oh, fuck. About school bullying. Oh, my God.
Dude, you're about to go in.
Where's the monster?
I thought it was a monster.
You're fucked, dude.
9:30 showtime.
You're going to see a Japanese rom-com,
I
basically.
know.
Holy
Fuck.
Christ, this dude's going in.
About the importance of standing up to police.
Does that ticket come with a tattoo or
Wait,
what?
hold on.
Fuck. Dragon about you.
This girl was actually in Godzilla Minus One.
Yeah, she was the neighbor, right?
Yeah.
She's getting it all, man. She's getting it all.
Getting it all.
God bless her. Anyways, let's wrap this bitch up.
Yeah.
Yo, Lethal Comedy Tour. Come check us out. All that date. Whistler, Surrey, Vancouver, Nanaimo, Tofino, BC. What did I miss? Squamish.
So many of them. Whistler,
Ottawa.
Kelowna, Kamloops, Penticton, Surrey.
Oh, yeah, those guys.
Surrey, Nanaimo, Tofino, Squamish, Victoria, Vancouver.
Pull up. That's
Pull
just
up.
January.
That's
and
just
then
January.
we got more in Feb. You'll hear about these
If you're in
dates.
Toronto, I'm at Absolute December 27th to the New Year. Come party. We're going to have a good time.
Yeah, in December, did you say 22nd?
No, what are you doing on the 22nd?
22nd, come out. Abbaswahab and Friends. Free Times Cafe. 2 shows. As always. Tickets at abbaswahab.com for everything. Y'all have been great. Dante, beam us out of here. Until next time.